Well, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope doing well. We are here with the first episode of our new campaign for our Monday Madness RPG games. I don't know where that came from.
Yes, we will be playing award-winning tabletop RPG Dungeon World, designed by Sage Latora and Adam Coebel. Adam Coebel.
Adam Coywilville?
Adam Koi-fish.
Okay.
A damn koi fish.
Yeah, designed by damn Coefish.
So yeah, we are here to start our new game now that we've taken our like one break over, so to speak, game from our last more longer standing one, and here we are, Dungeon World. That's what we
Rock you like a
decided.
hurricane.
That's what we decided. Mostly I decided, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of a
And then
unilateral decision.
I mean, it was acceptable. Nobody said no.
It's true. I mean,
Also, fantasy vibes. I'm into it. All right.
Fair.
So, Sean. Sean is our lovely DM for this game.
hi everyone.
Once again, taking the chair.
Back in the saddle. So it's gonna be a bunch of like huggy feely bullshit now. So.
Because Sean's in the GM seat. It's the easy mode.
Yep. Welcome to the Alliance or the Horde, whichever Warcraft faction you hate most.
Whichever Warcraft faction you hate most. Okay. So what's our procedure here, Sean? You want to give us a rundown?
So I thought we would spend like a little bit of time just kind of like nailing down some stuff as far as like, I don't know, scope of the game, what we wanted to do,
Like what kind of subject matter we're interested
yeah, like
in, and so
thematically.
forth?
I mean, we don't have to like spell it out and be like, this is only the stuff we're going to talk about. But if like you want to see something happen, you're like pirates. Let's do pirates.
Yeah, I see
Or,
you-
I want
I see you've
to be
got
a goblin and punch a goblin.
I see you've got a fair amount of like inspirational material here.
Oh yeah. I put some like poems up that I was just
Yeah.
looking at earlier today,
I like it.
and I don't know. I was thinking about that. I kind of got a little bit of like a fairy vibe off of it here and there, and I don't know. I wasn't going for anything particular, but it was just stuff that stuck out that was maybe good for a
So-
dungeon worldy kind of setting.
The thing that clarifying wise I need to state is there is no established lore for like a dungeon world setting, right? We're not going into something with like a preconceived this is the fantasy game that we're playing. I mean, you could go in with the whole like, okay, all of this is a true, accurate thing that this is
Okay,
Lord of the
but
Rings or whatever. but-
Elminster is the chief something or other. He's mayor of Candlekeep,
Why you
and
gotta-
Kelvin
why-
Blackstaff is his
Black.
butler, and that's what the lore says. So that's what's up.
Okay.
Don't catch the spellfire. It's
But
bad.
so like there isn't any of that. So we've gotta like decide what we're gonna do, or during play when things come up, or we want to make something up right there, we do so. Just like in Apocalypse World, it works. The
yeah,
same.
I think we're painting like broadly right now. I just wanted
Yeah.
to kind of get the feel of the table, so to speak, because we haven't really like
Yeah.
talked about
I
this
mean,
beforehand.
I am a huge fan of like urban fantasy environments, so like Baldur's Gate-esque stuff, or aside from that, like journeying, like with some sort of objective in mind.
Yeah, I mean, and we can do that in like different arcs, right? I mean, there's perilous journey rules. We can deal with like traveling from city to city, as a thing. So, I kind of had in mind, just like this idea, kind of like in Blades in the Dark or Eberron or something like that, where there's been like recently there's been a war, and
Okay.
there's been kind of like the aftermath of that, where everyone is like sort of dealing with that. But I was thinking like maybe a lot of people in the area just don't want to deal with it or something. You know, they're just trying to forget that it happened. Like everybody's coming back and just.
Okay, so
Or
we've got
has,
we've got like disparate factions or disparate
Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 years, but you know, there's.
So the war was between the kingdom of us and some other people.
Some other
Or
place.
you could be from one of those other places. You're adventurers. You're, you know, troublemaking wanderers.
It's true. Wearing the wrong colors in the wrong city.
Pretty standard stuff. All right, so the war was between what?
Yeah.
Like the elves and the humans?
Is it like a race-based thing, or is it like a territory or faction? You know, is it humans and humans? How non-human is our setting? Like, that's some stuff that we could consider asking ourselves.
Okay, so the elves and the halflings teamed up against the dwarves and the humans, and they had a big old fight. Just
all right.
Deciding arbitrarily at random. If you don't like it, that's fine. But
okay. No,
there's a thought. What do you think?
I kind of like it.
Yeah,
let's go for gold.
And of course, there's like room for defectors on both sides and things like that. But,
oh, of course. But you write the broad strokes.
Yeah.
I
so
think
how did it end? Who won, or did anyone win? Was it just awful, and everybody decided?
You know, I feel like the humans lost their city to the cataclysmic event.
You feel like there was some kind of like doom weapon or something?
Yeah,
like
some sort of doom weapon that they
hole?
tried to use.
Maybe there's a
blew up.
Maybe there's a dragon involved. You know, we want to throw in some fantasy trope business. Or yeah, the idea of like a tech weapon that exploded.
I mean, yeah, if the humans and dwarves are teamed up, you know, that seems like it would be.
Yeah, some runic cannon or something that. Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, and essentially, like, it blew up this city and killed all their leaders. So the war kind of fell apart really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And now the humans and the dwarves don't have leaders.
Maybe there are grungs involved, says Riki.
And that's when the grungs came in.
I actually think maybe we should start, rather than painting broad strokes, maybe we should start with the characters and the relation between those characters as per the questions and like the character stuff. I don't know if that would be like a better way. Yeah.
I mean, we can come back to this. Yeah, I was just tossing something out there as a thing.
I mean, also because you're in command of like the question answering portions of this game, like the information gathering portions of this game, Sean. Like a lot of the general thematics will come down to what your answers are like. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to the broad strokes, anyway. As far as
I've certainly got some ideas like waiting in the wings. I'll be honest about that.
Which I am entirely up for finding out about. You know what I mean?
Like, I just like kind of want to know what situation we're looking at. But yeah, we can go. I mean, we can go to characters. We can figure out what you're all doing and how you interact.
I think that may be a good idea.
Sure.
And then you can ask us about those characters in setting, so to speak, and see if that makes any more sense, rather than sort of like grasping at no direction straws.
You just want to make a character, it's fine.
I do like making characters, yeah. It's true.
All right. So, character creation in Dungeon World is a complicated process. Please fill out the following surveys. No, it's
in triplicate.
Choose a class.
Yep.
In other role-playing games, this is known as a playbook.
So what classes do we have on the table here? What do people feel like playing?
I am okay with the immolator. I know someone had mentioned that earlier, if somebody really wants to be one. But otherwise, we've got kind of the basic fantasy ones, right?
Yeah, it's like barbarian, fighter, thief, paladin, wizard, druid, ranger, bard, and immolator. And cleric.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I think I got them all.
I think you did.
mirrors and stuff in chat. I bet 5 kobolds that Elf is either a murderer or an urchin.
Do you get 10 if they get both right?
I'm neither of those. Well, I don't know what I am yet. I haven't decided.
Yeah, what classes do you guys want to be?
Well, I definitely want to be a wizard.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. So we have a wizard.
step 1.
What about you, Andrew? What's your vibe?
I mean, Immolator is real cool.
Bards are really cool too.
Bards are good.
Thief.
Thief is good.
I
Yeah, I
guess
want to
so.
be some kind of weirdo. Basically,
Well,
Barbarian is also really rad in this game, but I'm already playing a Barbarian on
Yeah.
Friday, so
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to,
Double
you know,
dip.
repeat myself too much. What's Paladin like in this game?
Paladin. I think it's.
Insufferable. No.
Yeah, it's.
You have an ability called I Am the Law.
I am the law.
You can serve the Flaming Fist, so that's good. Okay, yeah, so you're a total ponce.
Yeah, looks like it.
Wow. Okay, what a piece of shit.
Wow.
The Paladin's just like a real bad scene.
Paladin's
Dirty
just-
fascist.
Just a real bad scene. Okay.
The lawful version is to deny mercy to a criminal.
Oh
that's
my
your
God.
that's your alignment thing that you do. Yeah,
Wow,
you're
it
like
really
horrible
is.
fascist.
Well, they shouldn't have been so criminally.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have been so criminally.
Look, bad things
How-
only happen to bad
How
people.
dare they steal to feed their families?
I mean, the
Yeah, not allowed.
Yeah, how dare
Burn
they?
them.
The
There-
law clearly states.
the fighters can make their own weapon, whatever their like main weapon is. It's like the
Yeah,
battle.
you get like
band.
a custom weapon.
It's like the
You
battle.
go to
band.
the Build-A-Bear workshop.
Yeah.
Come out.
Yeah, exactly. I think I am planning to go ranger or druid, but I haven't decided which one yet, and I don't.
I
know.
want to play an urban fantasy. I'll be a ranger or a druid.
because getting because those things in that setting are funny to me.
All right, that's fair. I mean, that's totally fair.
Also, they're dirty miscreants.
Wait, so
they're
are we
almost
doing
urchin-like?
an urban fantasy thing?
Yeah, what's the vibe, Sean?
I think we're not gonna start in like the capital city or anything like that, but I think we will start like in a larger township with like some outlying farms and things like that.
Okay,
Maybe
it's plenty of access to.
maybe a couple days travel from like a coastal port city that you
Okay,
can get to if that comes up.
cool. I'm into it.
Clearly on the border of the wilder lands.
What do you think? What do you think, chat? Ranger or druid? I'm gonna farm it out to chat.
Straw poll that nonsense.
I mean, druid is always good.
Druid
very
is
cool playbook.
Druid is 100% my favorite playbook. They get to shapeshift into stuff.
Then do it.
Yeah, be a
if it's your
druid then.
favorite.
I already played it in that one game though.
Okay, then
Which
don't do
lasted
it.
for like 3 hours.
Okay, everybody's okay. Druid. I'm doing a druid.
It looks like druid's winning out in
Yeah.
chat. So
Yeah.
Durid Arthur fight.
Dorids. Durids. All right, druid it is. Druid it is, team. We're gonna play druid. What kind of druid is the other question?
No, that's not a question right now. That's
Is
a
it-
later question.
Isn't it? Okay.
What class are you, Andrew?
it's hard. What do we need? What would be good?
It
Do we
doesn't
need like
matter.
a fighty person?
It doesn't.
I-
It doesn't work that same way that you're.
Do we
thinking.
need an immolator? Yes, we do. Okay.
So we have a major druid and an immolator. We get so much magic. Oh my god.
We're just going to
Awesome.
walk into small towns and blow them up. It's going to be great,
I'm
guys.
just gonna send heavily armored people after you.
And we'll light them on fire. It's fun. Metal conducts heat, Sean.
So are you doing an immolator?
Yeah, I'm gonna immolate some stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
Probably-
I'm so excited for this.
Probably myself.
I think Andrew and I are just gonna high five a lot and zap people with magic.
Oh no. What have I done?
Played Dungeon World.
I can just light all these notes I made on fire.
No, that's my job, Sean. I light the
okay.
things on fire.
I'll post them too. That's fine.
The main reason I want to be an immolator is so that I can be a salamander, because that's cool as shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are salamanders like in this setting? Are
Yeah,
they,
how did the
are they a
salamanders-
common race around here?
How do they feel about the war? Were they involved at all?
I mean, if we go with that whole idea of a city got blown up, I can think of a way we were involved. Start with other people. So I have, because the thing is, as a salamander, I'm supposed to be a weirdo. And how can I be
Fair
weird
enough.
if everyone else is
Yeah.
already super weird? I gotta know what I'm playing
Okay.
against. So maybe
So-
salamanders are weird because they're quiet and respectful. You know?
So druid, what kind of druid? Elf.
Yeah, I have to pick like a land that I'm from, right? Like a kind of place, and then I have to have
Yeah.
a race as well. The three it lists are elf, human, and halfling as like starting move races.
Yep.
And I feel like elf is what I would probably pick. Just because there's got to be somewhere I'm playing an elf,
For branding purposes.
Yes.
Yeah.
On your own channel.
you know. And they get the Great Forest as a land, in addition to whatever else land they pick.
Ooh.
So the land determines what kind of stuff I can turn into as a druid,
Yes.
because the whole playbook is about shapeshifting, basically. So where I'm from determines what kind of stuff I can shapeshift into. So here, let me give you the options and see if what you guys think as well. So the Great Forests I already get. There's the Whispering Plains, the Vast Desert, the Stinking Mire, the River Delta, the Depths of the Earth, the Sapphire Islands, the Open Sea, the Towering Mountains, the Frozen North, or the Blasted Wasteland.
Well, it's either the deep or the sea.
The Sapphire Islands sounds cool.
Yeah. Now,
I like
what
the
you
idea
pick
of like
will
a
have an
tropical
effect.
thing.
Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
get to decide kind of where we are.
Yeah, because you'll be like nearby-ish or something.
yeah.
If it's the Sapphire Islands or whatever. Is it Sapphire?
Yeah, the Sapphire Islands.
I mean, that seems like a cool tropical place. Could be like a jungly druid. Some like Polynesian vibes.
Yeah.
Morph into a jaguar.
Yeah, like some island jungle vibes.
Jaguar.
The River Delta is also pretty good, but
Yeah.
it assumes that there's a certain kind of like aridness. Like it gives me like an Egyptian kind of vibe, like a North African sort of.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean,
I don't know. It's hard to pick.
Pick one that's cool.
I like the Stinking Mire.
Swamp elf.
Swamp Elf.
Do it. Be a swamp elf.
Yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it,
Okay.
even though I did it before. I'm doing it again. In the Roll21 shot, I played a Swamp Elf. I'm gonna do it again.
let's be honest. That's why this whole game is happening.
Swamp Elf.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone needs to choose a race. What are you going to be here?
I'm going to be a filthy human because we
Filthy
already have an
humans.
elf.
Filth. Disgusting.
I know,
So-
but we can't double up on a race.
I mean,
No,
you could.
we're a D&D party, so we have to all be the most unique, special things. right?
Exactly. We all have to be special snowflakes. Come on.
What kind of a human are you?
I'm not sure how to answer that question.
That's a good question. That's a good point. Well,
A wizardy human?
in here you get a cleric spell as a.
I
As an
sure do, and I've already
ability,
picked
so
it out.
Why do you get a cleric spell?
Because I am trying to get in contact with one of the old gods.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
What are the old gods like?
The way that I kind of imagine this world working is gods come and go,
Yeah.
but if they were particularly a strong generation of gods, they don't die, they simply slumber.
Okay.
So you just end up with like gods that don't have worshippers, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Like rather than the typical like old god that you know.
Yeah, I'm not
when-
talking like when I say
You're
old
not
god, I'm
summoning
not talking-
Cthulhu.
No. It's like, hey, the god of, we're going to say magic for this case. The god of magic falls asleep,
Mhm.
and magic slowly dies in the world for a bit until a new god of magic appears.
Interesting.
But there's ways to screw with that
Why do you want to do that?
because I seek power in
Okay.
absolution. Because I don't like the new god of magic.
What's up with the new god of magic?
They believe that magic should only flow one way. That it should be a force of creation in the world.
So you like blowing stuff up, is what you're saying?
No, this guy believes that it has to flow both ways. It has to create and destroy.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Are you going to be
Cool.
from the Mire elf?
It
Because
feels
I guess
too-
you could be from the woods and be like connected to the mire, right? Like you could be from either of your domains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was looking at it, and I'm like, I wonder if there's like a city environment, and there isn't really. And the Mire has like I just imagine like rats and stuff, which is
Yeah.
like kind of my thought. So actually, Andrew, that's a really good idea. I might do that. Like, be from the Great Forest, but be connected to the Mire in that, like, she probably uses like vulture and like that kind of form. Just as
So why-
much.
Why didn't you stay home like a good elf? Why did you
Why didn't I stay home like a good elf?
go forge a connection with the stinking Mire?
Well, I mean,
Like some sort of savage?
like some sort of savage. I think that she is the fifth child in a very well established and long standing elven family. And elves don't have like a lot of family generation, and as such children are like fairly important. But they also don't have a lot of space. And this whole war is predicated on that idea of like the Great Forest is not enough anymore for the number of elves that exist there, because they're so long lived. They're not gone by the time the next ones are there.
Yeah.
And so she sort of like in the name of that overpopulation struck out to try and find somewhere, and then ended up living alone for quite a long time. In like inhospitable environments for her, the Mire.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Pretty good. Just because like you're striking off on your own. Okay. Andrew. Salamanders.
Hmm.
They're slithery.
Well,
Maybe.
I don't know.
What's
Tell
up
us
with salamanders?
about them.
I really want to lean into the idea of being a smith, because I have a thing where I can use my hands in place of tools and fire to craft metal objects.
I just
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, mundane weapons, armor, and metal jewelry can all be formed from their raw components. You may unmake these things as well, blah, blah, blah. And then also, as a salamander, non-magical heat and fire cannot harm us. So I imagine them, having this like tradition of making things in this way.
So are they like renowned metal crafters, or is it just something they've done and passed on for generations under the eyes of everyone else?
Yeah, I'm wondering like how their society
Like,
kind of
do they-
integrates with the rest of this.
Like, is there like a city of salamanders deep under the Great Volcano or something, like this like Vulcan heat area?
Yeah, do they live underground, or are they like?
Or are
Do
they
they
like
live on-
desert baskers, or
Okay, here's what it is. Those islands that you could have been from but aren't from.
the Sapphire Islands?
Yeah, that's where the salamanders are from, and it's like they're from Hawaii. It's like volcanic,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
volcanic islands.
Like volcanic tropic.
Yeah, and like really warm. They, make boats and travel on the ocean and trade, and they pull like strange materials up from the like blood of the earth that other cultures don't have.
Oh yeah, like the deep metals, so to speak.
Yeah, all kinds of weird. Yeah, other cultures view it as like strange metals.
That's awesome. I like it.
And of course they have the wisdom of the fires, as you do.
The
So
wisdom of the fire. Not as good as the wisdom of the crayfish, but pretty close.
it'll have to do. And yeah, they're like very very dark skinned, totally hairless, because they're always like,
Yeah.
their hair would catch fire if they had any, but they don't.
Sure.
And I'm trying to decide whether or not I think they're scaled.
Yeah, are they like lizards or?
No, I think they have like amphibian type skin, right, where it's like really delicate and fine.
Okay.
And like smooth. But it's like colored. They have like mottled skin that has like patterns. And
Oh,
stuff
okay, so
on
like the like black and yellow spotted kind of salamander.
Yeah, exactly.
Quote unquote. Yeah.
So yeah, they have like dark brown skin with these like patterns that like in place of hair they have like colored patterns that like flow down their backs and stuff.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome.
And they wear lots of jewelry, obviously, and do lots of like piercing. Like they'll have like septum piercings and ear and eyebrow piercings, because they make shit out of metal all the time. And they stayed the fuck out of all your stupid warring and nonsense. Because why would they get involved?
All of
Yeah.
our stupid bullshit.
Is it dangerous to travel to the islands?
Yeah, because there's hella pirates.
Ooh, are salamanders renowned pirates? Is that
Yes,
a thing?
they
Salamander
are
pirates?
seafarers. I
Yeah.
think they also have like steam powered ships and stuff, so that's part of why they're such good
Ah.
pirates.
Oh,
Because
nice.
everyone else is sailing around and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's no
Captain
wind today.
Bond.
We'll just catch up with you, board your ship, and take all your stuff."
Well, I would say you probably have some trouble with the dwarves.
Oh, they don't like us.
Oh, because like the dwarves, their stuff may not be like they're not as good sailors as you, but they are starting to like get more steam powered stuff.
And they're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have lots of gold.
They also have lots of metal and gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we're like, "Ooh, we can do things with that. Why don't we take that from you?" So yeah, the dwarves don't like us for that reason. And I think most people view us as outsiders, as like strange and exotic people.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, they spent the whole war like raiding other people's supply lines, stealing shit, and then
Okay,
selling
so
it back to them.
they like opportunisted the whole war.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah, we can sell you things," and then like as you're shipping things
Oh
around,
man,
steal
are they
things from
using
you.
that on you? Well, you should buy this countermeasure that we have from
We have just the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
we conveniently stole from them.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
I like it. Yeah, that's good stuff. Name your character if you want, if you have a name at the moment, or you can pick one off the list. Same with look. Mechanically, stats are up next. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the other big thing. Is everyone good? Does anyone have any like new thoughts about their character or something that they want to add? We'll come back to this obviously in a bit, but
No, I'm excited.
I'm just trying to name her, because the list is a little sparse.
You know what? There is a name on this list that I like, so I'm going to use it.
Oh yeah, which one?
I'm going to be Avon.
Avon, nice.
Barksdale.
Maybe.
My character's name is Bitter Tallow.
Bitter Tallow, I like it.
is that one word or two?
All one word.
Okay.
Also, I think salamanders don't have gender dimorphism.
Okay.
So they just have kind of like one gender, and they lay eggs.
Okay.
Their eggs have to be in like volcanically heated water.
Nice.
So they have these like pools that they spawn in, and they go through like a tadpole phase.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna name my character Syla. Syla.
Okay.
It's not off the elf list, but I don't care.
That's against the rules.
It's off
She
the
took a weird hippie name.
It's off the human list.
You betrayed your people.
Betrayed? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I did.
You weren't denying it. Okay, so for stats in Dungeon World, this is going to. I mean, it's like it's had as a holdover for D&D, but you're going to have your Apocalypse World style modifiers.
Yeah, you like pick an array, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you assign. You have your 6 basic scores, like in D&D: Strength, Constitution, Dexterity, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma, and you will have the following stats to assign: 16, 15, 13, 12, 9, and 8.
Wait, repeat that array for me.
16,
16,
15,
15,
13,
13.
12,
Yeah.
9,
Yep.
and 8.
Cool.
So yeah, you want to assign those in a way you find suitable. Keep in mind your maximum hit points will be your class's base hit points plus your Constitution score, not the modifier. So keep that in mind if you want like to be beefy. But yeah, assign your stats and then do the character sheets. Just give you the modifiers.
If you put the number into the character sheet, it'll give you the modifier automatically into the like right there.
Cool. Yeah. So
I'm just trying to figure out what are things I need. I guess dexterity is really one.
Is intelligence the only thing I use?
it's important for wizards. Yes.
I'm
But-
just not seeing any
Oh.
other
So
stat reference.
here's a question: have you played any Apocalypse World style games?
I have not actually.
Okay, so this is important to bring up.
Okay.
So in the game, you have what are called basic moves, which are things that everybody kind of shares, and that's the essential stuff that all characters will end up doing. And
Okay.
what happens is in Dungeon World, when you want to do something, you're basically, ideally, we're just describing what our characters do, and every now and then we'll come across something and be like, oh, that's triggered a move. We'll probably have many more moments where we're just like, well, we don't do that, but we should try and strive for the good thing off the goal. And let me see if I can find the basic rules or the basic moves here.
But it's stuff like there's a role for swordplay, and there's a role for perception, and there's a role for traveling a long distance.
So to give you an idea, the basic moves are hack and slash, which uses strength when you attack an enemy in melee. Volley, when you shoot at an enemy at range and take aim and shoot an enemy in range, roll plus dex.
Okay.
Defy danger. That uses anything depending on what sort of danger you're defying and how you're doing it.
Cool.
Defend is when you stand in defense of a person, item, or location. You roll plus your constitution.
Okay.
There's spout lore, which is when you consult your accumulated knowledge about something, roll plus intelligence.
Cool.
Discern realities, when you closely study a situation or person, roll wisdom. And parlay, when you have leverage on a GM character and manipulate them, roll plus charisma. Then there's another move called aid or interfere. When you help or hinder someone, you roll what's called bonds, depending on how many bonds you have. We'll get to that, though. Those are like your connections to other characters.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And for like mechanics purposes, essentially when it says roll plus your constitution, you're always going to roll 2 6-sided dice. You're going to add that whatever number you're adding to it or subtracting in some cases. And then 7 or higher is a success. 7 to 9 is a success with like consequences. 10 is clean. 10 or more is a clean success. And then 6 or less is very bad for you.
Cool.
And or your friends.
But yeah, it's basically a 2d6 system plus your modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
So like I have 16 con, 15 wisdom, 13 strength, 12 charisma, 9 int, 8 dex.
Okay.
Excellent. I think I
Why
figured
are you
out.
slow?
Because I'm a freaking salamander is
Okay.
why. I feel like they're not
They're
quick.
probably a little ponderous, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're like slow to speak as well. Like they have this very deliberate vibe
Well,
about them.
I don't know if you want to go with this, but I imagine the Sapphire Islands and the waters around it are much warmer than the mainland as well.
you get a little bit
Well, yeah, that
sluggish.
too.
You get a little
Yeah.
bit
So like
sluggish
the
on the
general
mainland.
cold makes you really sluggish here.
Well, and also like even in the heat, like
Conserve,
you know, they're a
conserve.
culture that like does siestas during the heat of the day
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like
I went strength 16, dex 13, con 12, intelligence 8, wisdom 15, charisma 9.
Okay. What was your 8 in?
Intelligence.
Okay. Why are you less intelligent and book learned?
Why am I dumb? Because I've
why are
spent
you a big dummy?
because I've spent a lot of time as animals, and as such, book learning doesn't much come into it, right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
in my foray through the Great Forest, I spent much of the time as a bird of prey of some sort, and perception is important, but intelligence is not so important.
Do you ever turn into a squirrel?
So forth, probably, probably.
Are
Okay.
Never quite changed back all the way. Shiny.
I figured out what I am now.
What
So
are you?
strength 8, dexterity 12, constitution 9, intelligence 16, wisdom 13, and charisma 15.
Why are you such a scrawny nerd?
Because I got creatures to carry things for me. That's why. Because spells are better than having physical prowess.
Okay.
Because there's literally a spell that you create a servant.
just have like an invisible servant carrying all your stuff.
Why
Yeah,
are you such
exactly.
an asshole?
Because I'm a wizard.
That's accurate, yeah. What's up?
Cool.
What's next on the chopping block, Sean?
What is next on the chopping block? So you got all your little modifiers. Now you're going to choose your basic moves, I think. Hold on.
Alignment, right? It has to come in soon.
Oh, we set your maximum hit points. Maybe the sheet does that already, but it's your base modifier for your class plus your constitution score.
Okay.
And then you choose starting moves, then choose alignment.
Okay,
So-
so I have 7 hit points.
I have 4?
No, it's plus your score, not your modifier.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. I got 13 then. I'm all right.
Yeah, that's very important.
18. And I do a d6 base damage.
I got
Cool.
that good old D4 damage.
So yes, each of the classes will have some basic moves. It will tell you what you start with and tell you if you choose any more. I don't think the druid chooses any.
No, but shapeshift is just really good.
Yeah. Wizard.
I get a spell, I believe.
Yeah, you start with a spell book, prepare spells, cast a spell, spell defense, and ritual.
I'm trying to look for that. Oh, I see them.
And then Immolator, you get Burning Brand, Fighting Fire with Fire, Zuko style.
Gotta have that Zuko style.
That Zuko stuff.
Give me fuel, give me fire. And
I love the names of the
handcrafted.
moves in this game. So good. So I never have to eat rations. I always just I never run out of food.
Sure.
Um,
do you eat?
Do I eat? That's
Yeah.
a good question. No, I if I do, nobody's ever seen me do it.
Okay.
Not for like survival anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
I'm
do you
sure I'm
like
capable, but
do you eat if the opportunity presents itself, or
oh yeah, I think socially probably. But
sure?
do
Be
I
sure to
do I
I'm a social eater.
Be sure to tag your socially.
do I need to is the real question, right?
Oh yeah, you don't need to, obviously.
And also, I can understand any animal native to my land or akin to one whose essence I've studied.
Okay.
I'm gonna add these moves. So
And then you will choose an alignment for your character.
okie dokie. Doing copy pasting.
Yeah, I think I'm doing this right. This is the best part.
What? Putting all your moves into the book?
Yep. And our undying silence.
Oh, whatever. Gotta get this stuff done.
Deal with it.
I'm just putting my shapeshifting into the book there.
What is your favorite animal to shapeshift into, Silo?
From the Great Forest, I think deer of
Okay.
some sort. And from the mire, nasty looking vulture.
Okay.
Does it look like a bearded vulture, Elf?
Huh?
You should Google search bearded vulture. It's the best bird.
Let me. Bearded vulture. I've been watching nature documentaries recently. Not gonna lie. The bearded vulture is pretty sweet.
They're very dinosaur-like.
Yeah, they are.
That's freaky.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking. All right, I have Burning Brand, Zuko style, Fighting Fire with Fire, Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire, and Handcrafted are my basic moves.
Yeah, so what do those do? Just like in summary. You don't need to like rule text.
So I can conjure a weapon of fire.
Mm-hmm.
I can do firebending. Anytime I get hit, if the damage is odd shit happens that is cool. The like fire within me lashes out, and then I can do the thing where I shape metal with my hands.
I like
And then when I gaze intensely into someone's eyes, I may ask their player, "What fuels the flames of your desire?" They'll answer with the truth, even if the character does not know or would otherwise keep this hidden,
That's awesome.
Oh dear.
which is a super sick move.
So I think there's a druid thing where like I need a tell of some kind.
Oh yes, yeah, we should take care of that. So
Yeah.
you have a tell from your land. Choose one. It goes through all of your forms.
Choose a tell, a physical attribute that marks you as born of the soil that reflects the spirit of your land. It may be an animal feature like antlers or leopard spots or something more general, hair like leaves or eyes of glistening crystal. It remains no matter what shape I take. But this is also when I'm in like natural elf form. What do I pick? What's the tell? What style is tell that marks her as a druid of the land? What do we do?
her teeth always stay the same.
No.
That's a little terrifying. Turn into a snake with like this big human smile.
That's really
No, not the smile, just the teeth. The teeth stay the same.
Slug slime.
Ew.
Just gross.
Don't touch my books.
I think it's got to be visible mirrors and stuff. The swamp smell. It's good.
I like antlers all the time. That's the
Yeah,
first suggestion.
antlers are pretty sweet.
Or like feathers for hair, or what else is good to do? Like weird eyes, like you have like cat's eyes or something.
Yeah, or like a reptilian eyes or something from the swamp, or a vulture's eyes.
You know, what about like dirty moss hair? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like sort of brown tangles. This kind of forest and swamp, you know, like
Yeah, so like there's like even as an animal, you're always like covered in moss. Or
yeah,
something.
just like a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what's that moss called? Like old man's beard, or those other like hanging mosses that
Yeah.
you'll get in like really wet forests and stuff.
yeah, and
kinda
and
like
this and this stuff sort of like naturally collects on her a lot. So they'll be like, you know, the like down her arms and yeah, it's just like I'm trying to think of what it's called, that stuff. Like the moss you get on like trees and stuff.
Yeah, like
Just
hanging
some-
moss.
Just some good old Grangle.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it. We know what we're talking about.
Spanish moss is.
Is it Spanish moss? Let me see.
You're talking about the stuff that like grows on our pine trees here.
Yeah, or like on the
Yeah,
on like
I think
rocks
that's,
and
like-
stuff, you know.
I think that's like grandpa's beard or something like that. Is the
Yeah,
term for that.
old man's beard or grandpa's beard is the colloquialism for it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, not the best name.
Yeah, that's what I call grandpa's beard.
But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You know,
just
I
mossy.
think she's just very mossy. Yeah. In any form.
Hey, that bird there. That's why is that bird all covered in moss?
Well, you know, just like dirty or weird and grubby and probably doesn't smell very good.
Probably not.
Wizard
Yes.
Avon. What's up with you? What moves?
What
Spells have you taken? I guess, or the big
I haven't
question.
figured out my spells yet because I just kind of figured out how the spells work here. So
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely taking. I can tell you right now.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a cantrip. Never mind.
Yeah, you get all the cantrips.
Yeah. Cause fear will be the one that I take from cleric.
Okay.
Gotta have that magic missile.
Mhm.
Vigorously hug that.
Probably telepathy. And invisibility.
Always with the invisibility.
No, never mind. Not invisibility. Charm person.
That's also useful.
That's the spell that makes you good at being a horrible monster.
It sure does.
Wait, what
Like-
spell?
Killing
Charm
people
person.
with fire is one thing, but yeah, using your magic to control their feelings isn't.
Here,
kind of messed
Come
up.
look at this cool well with me for a few moments.
The Okay, cool. Sounds good. Now we need to do alignments.
Alignments.
Yeah.
So druid alignments
Simon.
are as listed. Chaotic is destroy a symbol of civilization. Good is help someone or something grow. And neutral is eliminate an unnatural menace. I feel like probably good for help something or someone grow.
Okay.
All right.
Yaw.
I'm
So alignment is an experience prompt in Dungeon World. Basically, at the end of the session, you'll get asked, "Did you fulfill the requirement of your alignment?"
so just like Blades and GBM and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if you did, you get an experience point.
woo.
If not, you get nothing.
Oh.
Otherwise, you get nothing. What about you guys?
So Wizards got that good, neutral, evil alignments.
Mhm.
And respectively, they are use magic to directly aid another, discover something about a magical mystery, or use magic to cause terror and fear. And I think with the way that this guy has been set up, I'm going to discover something about magical mystery.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a really good one. So, if you're searching for the lost god or the old god, it's not really lost.
All the old gods.
And so for me, I can be evil and sacrifice an unwilling victim to the flames. I can be chaotic and spread a dangerous new idea, or I can be neutral and exchange a sacrifice freely given for a service rendered, which I think is what I'm going to be. Because I like the idea of being like a craftsperson. And so sometimes the sacrifice is just money. Sometimes you just sacrifice money to me and I do a thing for you. But that they apply that ethos, like that it's not just
Like that thought
commercialism,
process, yeah.
it's an ethos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just like a small way of expressing it would be like being a merchant, but another way of expressing it might be more epic and strange.
More epic and weird.
As we will discover as we go along. All right. Lastly, we deal with bonds.
Oh, damn. We're on
Yeah.
bonds. Okay. All right.
Oh, and then equipment. Sorry, then we gotta.
All right, so we got bonds and equipment to go. Do we want
Yeah.
to take a break here and then talk about bonds? Because that could be like that's the most sort of involved one, I guess.
Or we could do equipment really quickly.
Or we can just, go through.
Yeah. Let's get equipment real quickly, then
All right.
take a break, and then come back and think about bonds.
Equipment. So I have a load of 6 plus strength.
Yeah, that is your
so
strength
8.
modifier, not your strength score.
Yeah, so 8 total. I carry some token of my land to describe it, and then choose my defenses: hide armor, wooden shield. I'm guessing I pick one of those.
Yes.
So I'll take the hide armor, I think.
Okay.
So 1 armor, 1 weight for me. Where's my inventory here? Is there a section for it? Am I missing a really obvious part of this character sheet that is like...
It's going to be in the sub menu.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good call. So hide armor. 1 armor, 1 weight. And then I have to choose an armament. So one is shillelagh, the other is staff, and the other is spear. Spear has close, thrown, near, and 1 weight. Shillelagh's close, and staff is close and 2-handed. I'm gonna go for spear for that sweet throwing potential.
All right.
So we'll take a spear. So tags are close, thrown, near, and 1 weight. Lovely. And then the last thing, choose one. Either adventuring gear, poultices and herbs, halfling pipe leaf, or 3 antitoxins. Adventuring gear.
Done.
Adventuring gear. Which is just like a random required item in terms of Dungeon World.
Cool. I figured out what I have. If we want to go through that quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So I'm going to take a bag of books, which has 5 uses and 2 weight, and it comes with 3 healing potions. I'm going to choose a staff, and then the last thing I'm going to choose are the 3 antitoxins.
Excellent.
And that's all my equipment across the board.
And how about you, Bitter Tallow?
So I carry no weapon and need no armor but the flames that burn within me.
Okay.
I begin with a symbol of my sacrifices past, adventuring gear, and 1 healing potion, then choose 2. And that's dungeon rations and healing potion and 10 coins. So I will take dungeon rations because you got to eat, got to
Food
fuel the
is
fire. So dungeon rations, weight 1, 5 uses, and money because cash rules everything around me.
There you go. There you go.
10 coins. There we go. So yeah, that's my gear. I don't know what my memento is going to be, but I'll try to.
Yeah, we'll come. Well, I figured
I'm
that
I'm
and
also trying to figure out the item I carry of significance, from the mire.
Yeah.
So should we call that break and then be back
Yes.
in a few minutes to do our fantastic bonds and then see where this goes?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. More Dungeon World to come.